The real reason Richard Sherman signed on to play with Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Bucks, exposing Tom Brady. He's Fugazi. The real reason Richard Sherman signed on to play with Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Bucks, exposing Tom Brady. He's Fugazi. Okay, hey, welcome to my channel, Fugazi Goats. I'm Jehu Now, and Fugazi Goats is a channel where we discuss the greats and the fakes via entertainment and sports. So you're gonna get a mix of that. Jehu being myself here, I'm gonna tell you stuff that you've never heard from anybody else. I'm crushing the narratives one at a time. Today, you may have heard about the breaking news that NFL great, and I'm going to call him great, Richard Sherman, has decided to sign on and play with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the real reason may shock you. It may absolutely shock you. Now, let's get to it. Okay, so it's breaking news. Obviously, you know that Tampa Bay, it makes sense that they've had some injuries, and so they are reaching out, and Richard Sherman makes sense, right? They have had some injuries in their secondary. He's a great player, but he's coming off of injury, and he's had a little bit of a questionable offseason, which we all saw on TMZ and some other places, allegedly. In any case, he signs on. It makes sense. Ha ha, yeah. I'm going to talk to you about some other reasons. Tom Brady, 6th-round draft choice, 199th player selected in the draft. We hear all the rhetoric. In the words of Denny Green, he is who we thought he is. Or they were who we thought they were, but he is who we thought he is. Tom Brady, the whole narrative, if you watch the NFL Network, the greatest, the GOAT, the greatest, this, that, and the third. Tom Brady needs Richard Sherman to validate him. What do I mean by that? Let's go back to Super Bowl 49. The Legion of Boom. Richard Sherman was there. All those boys, those were men. Richard Sherman is a man. He's well-spoken. He's an intelligent guy, and for the most part, he says what he says. He's not like a lot of these paycheck heads, as I call them, or simps, where their whole paycheck is based on them going along with the Get Along gang. Shout out Kwame Brown. Shout out to you, Man of the Year, Kwame Brown. Yes, you are. All right, so he's there. There's 20 seconds left in the Super Bowl, basically. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. He's already breaking tackles. He gets the ball down to the 1 yard line. One. Beast mode. Beast mode. We call him that for a reason, right? What happens? Tom Brady's on the sideline crying. I'm gonna lose to Russell Wilson. Like that guy commercial. I have a flat tire. He's on the sideline already thinking about his press conference and how he's going to do it. When all of a sudden, suspect Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator for Seattle Seahawks calls a passing play from the 1 yard line, basically 20 some seconds left. All you have to do is get the ball to beast mode and it's over. Russell Wilson is a repeat champion. Seattle Seahawks are repeat champions. The Legion of Boom, Richard Sherman, he was there. They already beat Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Darrell Bevell calls a passing play. We know the rest, what happens after that. Tom Brady's jumping up and down like a girl on the playground, going crazy. And then the narratives jump in. You know, the train narrative. Tom Brady wins another one. Tom Brady is great. Tom Brady this, Tom Brady. He wins another one. What a champion that he is today. Darrell Bevell called the worst call in the history of all championships. Signed on by Pete Carroll, who kept his job. Darrell Bevell, where does he go after that? Well, the team that was losing had a defensive coordinator named Matt Patricia for the New England Patriots. Guy with the the pencil in his ear all the time, walking around like he knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing with a pencil in my ear. He basically lost. But now he wins because Darrell Bevell calls this play. So what happens? They reward Darrell Bevell. Matt Patricia gets the head coaching job of the Detroit Lions. Despite some strong, controversial things, alleged sexual things, of course that all gets swept under the rug like everything else with the Patriots, right? He becomes the head coach and he's terrible. On his way to be a failed, terrible coach. And now, what does he do? He rewards Darrell Bevell. Is that not suspect to you? This is how the Patriots way. This is how they do it. They reward you if you go along with the plan. Darrell Bevell and Matt Patricia get fired because they sucked. Despite them giving the job to a black man who should have gotten the job. But they got the job. But I don't want to digress. Let's keep it on point here. So anyway, they reward Darrell Bevell. What does that have to do with Richard Sherman? Richard Sherman was there. He was there. So now he's got a situation where he's kind of out of the NFL with this injury, a little suspect situation that happened over the summer. We all saw that. Now, Tom Brady, I'm talking to you, Mr. Sherman. Tom Brady needs you. Because you know what? There's more people out there like me, Jehu, that know that Tom Brady is the GOAT, the greatest of all Teflon cheats. And what he needs is people like you to validate him and say, Mr. Sherman, you're going to be bombarded with questions by the press. Is Tom Brady a nice guy? Is he great? Aren't you thankful for what he's done for you? So now you're going to help build his character, because this is a guy, Tom Brady, that walks off the field not shaking other people's hands after he's lost. Like every time Nick Foles beats that butt, he walks off without shaking Nick Foles' hand, right? So now he needs you to come up there and say these words. Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. And you know what? By doing that, I'm sure you'll get an analyst job in the future with a lot of these sports channels, NFL Network, ESPN, what have you, Fox, I'm sure. See, they reward you if you go along with the plan. So, Richard Sherman is a soldier. He's a man, strong black man, intelligent, and he was there. I haven't heard him groveling and he's a bad man like Stephen A. Semp and all these other guys. They got their job, they need to keep it, and that's what they do. All these people like me, the silent majority that says Tom Brady, like Denny Green said, you are who we thought you are. 6th-round draft choice that can't win without the referees. And, other people don't have magically the evidence swept under the carpet by the commissioner and all that kind of stuff. So we forget all those things when, you know. So they need you. Don't do it, brother. Don't get up there and say, oh, he's the greatest of all time, and I'm so thankful he got me a job, and he's a great person, too. I know he walks off the field without shaking people's hands and that kind of thing, and he's not a cheat. No. They need you. So, this is Jay Who. You're not going to hear this anywhere else. In fact, there's just no other media that even... The one guy, Nick Wright, from, what's his show? First Things First. He'll bring up a lot of points, but in the end, he gets along and has to say those magical words. Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. He's first ballot Hall of Famer. We've never seen anything like it. And, you know, come on, man. You saw what they did to your Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't even allow that game to be played, the referees. They wanted to make sure that the annals of history are written for Tom Brady. And we're going to talk about it. Tom Brady is Fugazi. Aaron Rodgers is the biggest Fugazi. And boy, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to have a whole bunch of series of these. I got a lot of good comments about the Versus show that we did. And hey, keep it right here. Thank you for your time. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.